I got a question. What does a man do after he loses his job after 20 years and his wife starts tagging him in Facebook cruise line coupons offers? Just curious. Asking for a friend. Good morning, good morning. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great day. Let's see where I'm gonna start at. First off, I want to send out love, respect, and appreciation for everybody who responded to my last video. You never know how people are going to react to certain messages. Sometimes you go too much or share too much of a truth, people react a certain way. For the most part, for the high majority, everybody sent their love, respect, good luck wishes. I highly appreciate it. You know, sometimes you need to send a little love out or receive a little love so you know you're not crazy, you know? A lot of people gave supportive comments. I received a couple private messages that were highly appreciated. A lot of people shared, they understood where I was coming from. Some people didn't realize everything I was feeling or dealing with. And, you never know how people will perceive you or perceive a certain deal. I remember a while back, I was doing photography and I was doing stage design for a local church. And I was doing the stage setup for the kids ministry for a VBS for the summer camp. And I was just going along with my normal Sunday responsibilities. And a couple had walked up to me and they were just giving love for the stage and different things. And, we're just having normal chit chat. And I said something about the week prior till setting up the stage because, it's funny how things don't get busy until you're about to go on vacation, right? Or the minute you think, man, I'm going to try to get off early to do this thing with my kids, everybody at 3:00 needs your help, right? So I just kind of vented like, man, I'm surprised I got this much done because this week did not go as planned. And the couple kind of looked at me and they're like, what are you talking about, your job? And I'm like, well, I have a full-time job, and they kind of looked at me and they're like, oh, we thought you just did photography. We thought the church was your full-time. I'm like, no, I'm not officially on staff here. I'm volunteering this right here. I have a normal job. And they looked at me because they always saw me from one perspective, So it's sometimes for me it's comical to see people react at certain times if they only know me from one direction. And it's just my sense of humor and things. But overall, great response to the last video. And I'm at a place right now where I am trying to figure out how to move forward. Because right now I got a handful of projects that I got going. Small props that I'm doing. I'm working on a little Goonies prop. I got a Star Wars. I got like a couple video games. I got a Fortnite prop I'm working on. Yesterday I went to Hobby Lobby. I bought some canvases. About to start some abstract art, excuse me, concepts, which I technically have never done. I've done 1 or 2 pieces in the past for people, but I've got like a dozen canvases I'm about to start working on. And I'm trying to figure out the flow on that because I want to be able to produce content to illustrate different things. Because like I said before, I don't want to be just a vinyl guy or an airbrush guy or whatnot. I just want to be that creative output. So if you're watching this channel or this page or this content, you're going to see different things from me. Trying to figure out how to distribute some graphic tutorials, some art tutorials, how to package it, how to figure it out. So a lot of homework this week, and trying to figure out the balance. And in the midst of everything, you know, a lot of people will put their great advice forward, right? And I know everybody means well and whatnot. And at times, I've seen a disconnect of what people will say versus what is actually happening. And it's easy to judge a situation outside of a box or from the outside in. And it reminds me of a conversation I had with an ex-coworker a couple weeks ago or about a month ago. He was vocally sharing his frustration with, let's say, management and the way a job went, and everything he said was correct. Everything he said was correct. And this employee had a tendency to kind of go all over the place, right? You know, 1 minute we're talking about training, next minute he's talking about the organization of the parking lot. And it's like, dude, what? You know? Great guy, but man, when he start chasing rabbits, it's just all over the place. Well, I had to stop him because I was like, I had enough. I done been listening to this for 40 minutes of ranting. And you know, I said, look, everything you're saying in a court of law is correct. And I understand your position, but you need to realize something. If life is a poker game, if life is let's say you're playing Pedro or you're playing some kind of card game, you're not playing the game according to the cards you want. You're playing according to the cards you have. And I try to explain this to him like, yeah, you're playing poker. Everybody wants an ace, king, queen. Everybody wants to have 4 pair. But you're not dealt that every time. And for some of us, we've never seen those kind of cards. And it's so funny because there's some people out there, they've been dealt great hands and they're not doing nothing. They're just playing the pot. They're just like, check. Or if you're playing Pedro or something, they're bidding the minimum, right? 7, 6, whatever. They're not even trying. And for some of us, we're trying to make it work. And so I was, to illustrate my point, taking this deck of cards to show that that you got to realize the hand you're dealt. And for me right now, it's obvious that these are my cards, and I have no problem with these cards. I don't. You know, right off the bat, I'm working with the King of Spades, you know? So I'm looking at the King of Spades and I'm like, okay, that's the King, spades pointing up. That's my God card right there, because can't start anything else without giving the big man upstairs a little love and respect too. I'm just saying, putting it out there, you know. So I have that, you know. And second, got the Queen of Hearts, and the Queen of Hearts, everybody knows that's the boss. Boss is downstairs right now making a cup of coffee, and I tell you right now, between those two cards, all right, between those two cards, I know everything I'm doing right and everything I'm doing wrong. I love you, baby. You know I'm just messing. You know, So I got to take care of that card. All right. Queen of Hearts right there. And then I got the 3 of Clubs. You know, it's not a big card, but for me, that's an important card because that's my my 3 kids right there. That's my crew right there in my clubhouse. And it's so funny because kids can be a witness to your life and they don't even know it. So my oldest, she's trying to figure out how to graduate in all this chaos of class, coronavirus 2020, right? So my first child, she made me realize I had to get my act right, you know? Had to straighten up a little bit, had to stand a little taller, and had to clean up my life a little bit. That's what she brought to the table. And my middle child, he put me in a position where I had to start thinking smarter, quicker, faster, because this kid came out with a brain and just like, it's so funny because I remember a story one time, I think he was like 4 or 5, maybe 6, you know, and we were in the kitchen one day and I said something about a ball or I don't know, we were just, you know, I forget what we were talking about, but I made a reference to a circle, to a ball, and he said, "No, Dad, that's a sphere." I was like, "What?" "Yeah, a sphere. That's a geometrical shape." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Boy, don't be using that kind of language in his house, you know?" But this kid challenged me. I had to think smarter. I had to think faster to keep my toes, you know, keep up on my toes. And then my third child, he gave me permission to have fun back in my life. And those 3 kids right there, they have brought a balance to me that I don't even know they'll ever realize. The first one made me straighten up. Second one made me think I had to think faster and smarter. And my third one just brought the fun back in my life. And that's my clubhouse right there, boy. That's an important card too, you know. And my last 2 cards is a 7 and a 6, you know. I was born in the year 76, and these are diamonds right here. And a lot of people look at diamonds like they're valuable. They're like gold. They'll bring you money. But when I look at a diamond, I think about where it comes from. And a diamond is acquired when basically it's made because you applied pressure. I think about how a diamond's created, and here I am at 43 going, all right, pressure's on. What we're going to do about it, you know? So that's my cards, you know. And some people, you know, you can be quick to judge going, "Hey dog, you ain't got no pair, you ain't got no ace king, man, why don't you play it like this?" And I'm like, I can't. These are the cards I'm dealt. These are what I have to work with right now. And the reason I'm kind of showing this too is part of my content. I want to be able to how to use creative illustration to encourage people. So going forward, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Just do normal art, do goofy projects. I'm going to do props that you can share in your man cave and whatnot. I'm going to do some abstract painting and maybe do some illustrations. But I just wanted to take time out to give love and appreciation to everybody. And I'm going to take these cards I was dealt. We'll figure it out, you know. So if you're watching this video, I appreciate your time. And until tomorrow, be cool, be safe. Francisco, tie your shoes, bruh. I saw that comment. You need to tie your shoes. I know. I see you, bruh. I see you. I hear you. Tie your shoes and always live your passion. Peace. I think I did that in one take. That's cool. All right, here we go.